Top of the morning. Professor Ron here this morning. Today what I wanted to do was run through the 5 and 5 challenge. Yes, all you grandparents out there, I want you to go fund all your grandkids' retirement. Their entire retirement. I'll show you how. It's easy. It's going to cost you $5,000. But before we do that, quick disclaimer. Remind everybody this is for entertainment and educational purposes only. And with that, let's get into it. T-Roth for kids. The challenge is to completely go fund your grandchild's retirement for $5,000. Encourage you to do it. Go do it today. Or it could be your kids. It's easy. It costs you $5,000. They'll thank you many, many years from now. What we're going to use is the Trump IRA, which I'm calling the T-IRA for kids. A couple things to note. This is going to be limited to low cost, which I think is a great idea. The other thing is it's going to have a max contribution of $5,000 and no earned income is required. So this can be any money. All right. So this is not set up yet at any of the brokerage houses. I'm going to use Fidelity because they do have zero rate funds. So they do have some funds that are already set up for this. These have been around for a little while. So real quick, I'll throw these 4 funds into the portfolio visualizer and we can see right away this FNILX, and we can zoom in. You can see FNILX is still the best right there. And then because FNILX does not have very much history, for the analysis, we're going to use SPY. We don't actually expect it to make this 17%, so it'll be a number much closer to 11. So we'll use SPY for the long-term analysis. So the challenge is set up one of these T-IRAs for your grandchild, $5,000, max it out, invest it in a full market S&P 500 or similar portfolio, something like FNILX. Go pick an efficient one. If it's possible to pick one that emphasizes a little more tech, that'll make a little more money. The rules on this portfolio is do not monitor daily, rebalance every 2 years, preferably rebalance on big market swings. So you'll get more bang for the buck that way. And then do this with the child annually so that the child, 5-year-old kid's not going to appreciate it. But if you do it every year with the 5-year-old kid, they're going to see this money grow. Every year they'll learn something, and by the time they're in the teens, they're going to be comfortable with this portfolio growing and what they have to do every year to do it. Each year, remind the kid, look, this is not money you're supposed to use for a car, toys, house, anything like that. Education, this is for your retirement. We've got other accounts for those things. This is just for your retirement. You have to leave it here until you retire. And another reminder to everybody, the portfolio matters. So yeah, think S&P. Now, this thing is not perfect. In the middle of this, we've got to convert this Trump IRA into a Roth. So when the child is over 18, ideally when they are clearly independent from the taxes of their parents, they need to convert that account, that T-Roth, T-IRA, whatever you want to call it, ideally into a Roth. If a 5-year-old received the $5,000 and he converts it 24, so 20 years later or so, that $5,000 will grow into around $78,000. And assuming that tax rates are the same today as they will be in 20 years with the same deduction, which will probably go up, a child will owe about $7,400 in taxes. What it means is essentially the $5,000 that you put in, $500 of that goes away toward taxes. Now, if you just leave it in a regular IRA, the tax rates were the same, it would be a wash. You got to pay taxes on it either way, and the percentages would come out the same. However, I think you're doing the child a huge gift by getting rid of his tax burden in the future. So, as a gift to your grandchild, to your child, convert it into a Roth, and that'll just save them many hassles later on. If we go into Portfolio Analyzer and we use the Monte Carlo simulation, we can figure out what this thing's going to be worth in the future. And I had to back off the $5,000 to $45,000 to account for the taxes. If we run this through the model, again, this is pretty much all S&P 500. So yeah, in the future, there's a 75% chance, 25 percentile, 75% chance of complete success. You've reached that target of 7.7 million, which is a good approximation of what the child might need for retirement, assuming a reasonable budget. The account, open a Trump IRA, T-IRA for kids, deposit $5,000, invest in the whole market. This thing will grow enormously. So in summary, if you're a grandparent, I encourage you to set up this retirement for your grandchildren. If you're a parent, same deal. It doesn't cost you very much now to set it up ideally when the child is very young. The longer it has a chance to do compounding interest, the better the results will be. $5,000 invested over 60 years is approximately how much they will need to retire when they're 65. And yes, the portfolio matters. You need to invest this in an S&P 500 or preferably, like I said, an S&P 500 with a tech overweight if that's available. And again, I will revisit this in July and hopefully have an actual one set up to show you. All right, with that, let's go look at the mountain one more time. Top of the morning to everybody. Another quick look at the mountain. That's up and around Mount Spur. and I will retire another tie. Later.